Hi, this is Steve. Hey, let me take a moment to help you in preparing for next week's OneTrust meeting. I'm really excited about what we have on tap for the day because this is really the first time that we've ever brought together the CEO group and the Next Level group into one gathering. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm really optimistic that it's going to go extremely well as we get a chance to sort of learn from one another who it is that we get to lead alongside of, and that'll really help us going forward to be able to provide even additional good counsel to each other as we encourage one another to lead well in the course of our relationship with God and with one another. If you had a chance to look at the material, you can see that what I have in mind when it comes to a discussion all centers around putting together a worthy goal for the year. We start with a devotion from the former COO of Walmart that reminds us that it's incumbent upon us as leaders to dream big and to share that big dream with others around us. And as we talk about that together, it'll move us into a natural progression of the day where I pull from Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People to focus primarily in habit number 2, which speaks about beginning with the end in mind. Now we'll talk about each of those habits and have a conversation around them, but the big idea that I'm trying to bring forward is as you think about an end or perhaps the end, what would we do today to move the needle toward achieving that end in our lives, in our businesses? And as we think about that, it should naturally progress us into talking about the work of Collins and Perora that spoke about a BHAG, this big, hairy, audacious goal. What is the big, hairy, audacious goal that you have in mind for the company that you lead? We'll talk about that, and if you don't have one, maybe even take a moment to begin to sort of brainstorm around what one might be for your company. That then takes us into really the larger portion perhaps of the hour and a half we have allocated, where we're going to work together to create a worthy goal this year that moves us toward the accomplishment of the BHAG, which may also even move us toward the accomplishment of the big end that we have for our lives and how we can begin today in marching that out. So I have in mind there a workshop that will help us work together to create that worthy goal. And what we mean by worthy is something that is daunting, something that is thrilling, and something that is important. And we'll apply all those things in such a way that hopefully we'll get stickiness around that goal that'll be sufficient to ensure that we double down on achieving it this year. So that's kind of what's in the middle there with regard to the material. But again, it'll follow a fairly familiar agenda. I just have one or two other things that I have in mind. I'd like to talk about the surveys that you completed for us, and going to pull out of that some ideas that we may have going forward. And also we've got just some discussions as in the open table with maybe 15 to 20 people in the room, and we'll see how that plays out. I pushed that off till the afternoon, believing that once we get to know each other a bit better, we'll feel more comfortable in bringing those issues to the fore. So I'm excited about the day. I'm looking forward. We'll kick things off at 9 o'clock, and we'll be out of there no later than 4 o'clock. And so if you're next level and you're used to starting at 8, you get an extra hour before you can join us. Otherwise, if you have any questions, give me a call or shoot me a note, and I look forward to being with you. And God bless, and we'll see you soon.